A pleasant good morning to all. My name is Noel Maki, a 8th grade student of H09 Junior High School. I will be serving as your moderator for today's opening ceremony of CTE Month, Employers Symposium National School Exhibition, under the theme Sustainable Development Through Trades. Let us stand at attention for the playing of the national anthem by C.I. Gibson High School Band. We will remain standing for the prayer, which will be led by Kanaj Raman, head boy of T.A. Thompson Junior High School.
Good morning. Please put your hands together and eyes closed for the prayer. Most gracious God, we reverence your holy name. We thank you for your grace and brand new mercies upon us today. We thank you for your grace and brand new We thank you for this opportunity to be right here at Holy Trinity for the opening ceremony of the Career and Technical Education Month. Lord, you know that not every child is academically inclined, but are excellent with their hands. And so we thank you for allowing CTE to be a part of our curriculum where we are able to develop academic, practical, and employable skills needed to enter, compete, and advance in a global economy. Thank you, Lord, for the Ministry of Education, the Minister of Education, and all of its leaders who lead with the spirit of excellence and with an excellent spirit. Bless this day, O God, every partaker in today's ceremony, and all those who work so hard to make this day a reality. We pray for good success in Jesus' name, Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
We will now have the selection by C.I. Gibson Senior High School. Do give them a round of applause. We will now we will now have the welcome by Melissa Joseph, CC Sweden Senior High School.
Good morning. My name is Melissa Joseph, and I'm from the Grade CC Sweden Senior High School, representing our dynamic hospitality and tourism department. I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here with us today. A special welcome to the Minister of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin. Minister of State, Mr. Zane Lightburn. Acting Director of Education, Mrs. Dominique Russell. Deputy Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Keishan Bastian. Deputy Director of Education, Ms. Sharon Pointel. Former Family and Consumer Science Senior Education Unit, Officer Sharon Ferguson. Former Senior Education Officer of Technical Studies Unit, Mr. Foster Dorset. Other ministry officials and our industry partners. The theme for Career Technical Education Studies for 2023 is Sustainable Development Through Trades. We are here today to showcase our students' talents through sewing, dining room skills, cosmetology, food preparation, technical studies area, business studies, and entrepreneurship, commerce, accounts, and coding. Once again, welcome to the two-day Career and Technical Education Exhibition and Symposium.
Ms. Keishan Bastian, Deputy Permanent Secretary, will now come and enlighten us with the state of purpose of this event. Let us welcome her.
Good morning. We could do a little better than that. Good morning. Come on, do a little better than that. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. How are you this morning? Nobody answered me. My feelings are hurt. It is good to have you in this space on this morning, and I would like to extend the protocol. I would like to, of course, recognize our Minister of State in the person of Zane Lightburn, but I'd also like to recognize our Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education in the person of Mrs. Lorraine Umbrister, who is seated next to our Acting Director, Ms. Dominique Russell. And so our Deputy Director responsible for curriculum is also with us, and for that we are grateful. I would like to, before I get into the statement of purpose, ask you to help me give a standing ovation to one of the founding members of Career and Technical Education in the Department of Education, who is very passionate about family and consumer sciences. I want her to stand even though she doesn't like it. I want you, Ms. Ferguson, please stand, and I want you to help me. Stand to your feet. Help me to recognize a giant of a woman in education in the person of Mrs. Sharon Poitier. Sorry, Mrs. Sharon Ferguson, sorry, we have two of them. Come on, do a little better than that. I need a little more energy. Thank you so very much. You may be seated, and we are so delighted that Ms. Ferguson, who is now retired, is able to be with us on today. My task is simple. I am here to explain to some, to highlight for others, to confirm for the rest why we are here. We are here to celebrate excellence in career and technical education. We are here to let our stakeholders know, to let our partners know that the students in CTE in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas are doing great things. Somebody say great things. Now there's a song that says, I'm expecting great things. Say it with me. I'm expecting great things. Now add CTE. I'm expecting great things from CTE. Let's go. I'm expecting great things. Come on, say it like you mean it. If y'all don't say it like you mean it, like I'm preaching here today. Come on, somebody say, I'm expecting great things from CTE. Thank you. And that's what we came to celebrate on today. You are a part of students exhibiting excellence in career and technical education. We have students that are in architecture, students are in graphical communication, students are in technical studies doing plumbing and AutoCAD. They are doing robotics and sustainable energy. We have business students that are doing the ICTs and coding. We have students in family and consumer science whose makeup always look better than mine. Their face on point. If I could get mine to look like this, I'd be stressed straight. Their hair always intact. Their nails always together. And when they come at 1 o'clock for the fashion show, they will show you high fashion like you have never seen. High school students in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas in family and consumer science. Somebody say amen. Amen means you agree. They're doing great things. So today we pause to celebrate where we are. We started in the mall at Marathon. We were at Town Center Mall, the mall at Marathon. We were at Kendall Isaac's gym. We have seen this exhibition grow from just students' work to a place where we actually have partners coming in. We had industry partners in 2011 buy into the vision that CTE in the Bahamas can produce great things, and they committed money to it. Then we had corporate, in addition to the corporate partners, we had universities from Canada, from the US, from England, come into this country to speak to our tertiary students about what scholarships were available to them. This is our return after we were on a hiatus from COVID, and we expect to be back at the Kendall Isaac's gym and next year filling the space. So we put that in the hearing of our senior people who are on the stage so that when we ask for the money, the three people to my immediate left would say amen. Hey, somebody say amen with me. So today we celebrate career and technical education. I want the students and the teachers that are here. Give our partners a round of applause. Come on, they didn't have to be here today. I'm looking to my left, and I want them to take me wherever they go. Look to my left. You're right. Look to my left. You're right. Say, take me wherever y'all go. We speak it in the atmosphere, and I look to the right and say, I hope to never have to visit y'all. But if I do, you know you get quality service. We have excellent partners here for you today. Students, please speak to them. Avail yourselves of the knowledge that's in this room. This is a networking opportunity. We didn't bring you here to get out of school. This is a get out of jail card. This is networking. So you came to find out who's here, what's available, what they can do for you, how you can help them, and how you can become employed. I'm speaking only to the students. Teachers, that is not for you. Don't ask that question. That's not for you. That's only for the students. And so thank you for coming to share in career and technical education, the excellence that it's representing. And we want you to take a walk around. Find the booth in here that made a footstool out of a tire. Find that booth. And then I want you to find a booth that made a picture frame out of wood and shellacked it. I want you to find a booth that has a recreated table that was on the dump that's now a centerpiece for somebody's house. I want you to find a booth with the young lady that has the green weave that's almost touching her toe. Find those people, and then you'll see some of the creativity in career and technical education. God bless you. We are happy you're here. Our director is now going to come. She didn't want to, have a lot to say, but she has the energy of all of us, and so she's coming to just say hello to you and to greet you on this special occasion. Let's give her a round of applause as she comes.
A pleasant good morning, all. I'm going to stand on the established protocol and say good morning, good morning, good morning. I will give you a backstory. After Hurricane Dorian, before Hurricane Dorian, we had 3,500 plus students in Abaco in the public school and private school system. After Hurricane Dorian, many of them would have moved off the island, and we ended up with less than 500 children left on the island. We had some teachers who stayed back, and we decided that we needed to do something for these children. 7 of the schools were completely destroyed, and so finding places for them to have educational opportunities was quite difficult. We actually utilized the services of our pastors, some of the churches that had minimal damages, to put the children in and provide virtual support for them. But a lot of them could not graduate because of the fact that the internet, there was a lack of internet connectivity, a lack of curriculum materials. We just had a lot of lack. And so BTVI came and said, Ms. Russell, how do we give support to these children? And even though the students said, some students are not academically inclined, many of them are academically inclined and technically inclined. And so BTVI came, and there were so many destroyed homes. And they taught our students in the NCCER program. We had 60 students participate in that program. 30 on Moss Island and 30 on the mainland. And we had 50 students graduate from that program. They were able to glean the academic skills, they were able to glean the technical skills, and they also got the employability skills. And let me tell you what happened. They learned, this was the carpentry group, they learned how to construct homes. And then they got the opportunity to people actually allowed them to work on their homes. And so it did our heart so good because our children learned safety, they learned the academic skills, the technical skills, and they got the employability skills and were able to obtain jobs right away after high school without having received the Bahamas high school diploma because they didn't have the credits, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I can say to you all, I believe in career and technical education. It does wonders for our children. And so we need to ensure that every child has the opportunity to participate in this program. It is the most proven of programs. The apprenticeship program is the most proven to ensure transfer of learning. We all know that. I'm now a YouTuber. That's what they call it now, right? An influencer. Ask me how many subscribers I have. Anybody can tell me how many subscribers you think I have? The students. 10? No, sir. How many? Huh? 537 subscribers. And I've only been a YouTuber for a short time. What do? I make bags out of placemats. Yes. And they are bags that you don't have to sew. You just use the infusible tape. And so I make those, and I make some other stuff as well. But I am an influencer now because of career and technical education. And so even though I did education and accounting as a career, I was also, when I was at C.I. Gibson, I was in dance, and I was in music, and so I got the opportunity to experience CTE at a wonderful level. And it has allowed me not only to have a career in education, but also now to be called an influencer, even though I only have 537 followers or subscribers, as we call them. And so students and my colleagues, I want to really say thank you to DPS Bastian and her team and our teachers in particular. Do not take for granted what you do. When these children come out of this program, they're going to have, and I say it again, they are going to be exposed to technical skills, academic skills, and employability skills that allow them to access the labor market, the entrepreneurial market right away. Some of them have their own businesses now. I saw a student who has a hair product line right across the road. I can't remember which school. And so I applaud Ms. Bastian and her team for your efforts in ensuring that our children maximize their learning and earning potential and have a competitive advantage in our national development. And so hats off, hats off, hats off, and I'm excited to participate in this event.
Let us welcome the Honorable Zian Lightbourne, Minister of State, Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. Let us welcome him.
So our students are doing an excellent job. And let me tell you, you don't know how nervous you get until you come here. You don't know how difficult it is with all of y'all staring and everybody looking right at you until you get right here. Our Minister of State is coming, but let's give a round of applause to our Permanent Secretary, who is going to greet you and introduce our Minister this time.
Thank you very much, DPS Bastian. And to Mrs. Dominique McCartney Russell, our Acting Director, our Deputy Director of Education, Ms. Sharon Poitier, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ms. Bastian, District Superintendent, Mr. Theophilus Claridge. Let me see who other officials sit here. Ms. Sharon Ferguson and Mr. Foster Dorset, who are two of the foundation layers for career and technical education. I want to also acknowledge the presence of our private sector partners, BTBI, all of the parents and administrators and schools that are participating, our teachers, the students, of course. It is such a wonderful day to see you all. And I just want to say, as the acting director has so aptly helped us to understand, CTE is no longer the stepchild of education. Those days are behind us. Anybody who ever had something go wrong in their house and had to call an electrician or a plumber, you know that none of us can manage without these very skilled and adept persons. And gone are the thoughts we held that this was an inferior line of work. It is so very important to all of us. And we're just so pleased that you're here today to impress upon all of you that this is the case. And certainly we hope that some of the private sector partners that are here, you will ensure that our children are exposed to the opportunities and they understand that you can leave here today with a commitment, and you know the world is your oyster. Any of us who have now heard about the coding and all these extended CTE opportunities that are available to our young people, you should have no doubt in your mind, if you have an acumen for a certain level of proficiency in this area, you should follow it. When I was in school, I was not the best student, I'll tell you that now. But I had a certain proficiency in certain areas. I liked the English, and I liked the literature, and I liked the history, and so I gradually matriculated in that area and got a degree in journalism. But my point is, I had to deal with an area that I liked and that I was capable in. It's no point in me planning to be no nuclear physicist, because ain't nobody was going to hire me. And I couldn't get into any program. So I encourage all of you students to look at what you are good at and look at what you do well. And obviously, those of you who are here in this CTE exhibit, you understand that this is your gift. Maybe you're just trying to find out what your gift is, but the point is to search and to find it, and this is no longer, as I've said, the inferior second-class child. This is top-notch, and I'm just so excited to be here today. But let me introduce to you a gentleman who should be no stranger to any of you now, and I first became aware of him when I returned to the Ministry of Education in 2018. An extremely hard worker, a gentleman who is just top-notch in whatever he touches. He was very instrumental. You heard the acting director refer to Abaco and what happened in Abaco. And this was the gentleman who oversaw, I don't know if you remember, we had to relocate a number of students from Abaco and to a lesser degree students from Grand Bahama. And they were accommodated at the Kendall G.L. Isaacs Gym and the stadium. And he was the gentleman who had oversight of all of the various agencies that were involved in coordinating the government's efforts to ensure that these students were accommodated, they were resettled, their parents, and everybody was assisted. Since then, of course, we know since September of last year, some things have happened. So Minister has moved up a notch. He's no longer a colleague with us as a public officer, but he's now a Minister of State in the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Education and Training. And guess what? He's responsible for this in this ministry. So he has an awesome task. And so he has a great interest in this area. He is very competent and accomplished and is the best person to lead this aspect of the ministry's work. So y'all are in good hands, and he's leading us, and he's been assisted by DPS Bastian, so he has a good assistance in that area. So I'd just like you to stand and welcome to the podium the Honorable Minister of State, Zane Lightburn.
Thank you so much, P.S. Bristol. Please give P.S. Bristol a round of applause. Thank you. Please have a seat. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, students. Good morning, future leaders. Good morning, experts. Good morning, money makers. Oh, that's the loudest one there. And I use money makers because this is one area that you are going to be able to have. You have the potential to make so much money. And I wish I knew then what I know now. I probably wouldn't have been here. Because I'd have probably choose something else that I could make a lot of money in. But lo and behold, I still have a chance. And I will tell you that just as the director stated, she has started doing, or she is an influencer. Well, I'm not an influencer, not yet. But many of my staff members are taking courses at BTVI. And many persons in the community right now. Right? No, you can give them a round of applause because it's never too late. It's never too late. But the advantage is that you have started very early. You have an opportunity. It is highlighted in a way that it is not a stepchild. I don't think it was ever highlighted in this way before, as PS so clearly put it. And I want to encourage our students to just dream big, because in this area of technical vocational, no matter how you perform in school, you can be the highest flyer and you can be the most struggling academic achiever, but you can achieve expertise in a technical area of studies and do very well and contribute to your family and this country. So thank you for being here. I adopt the protocol that has been established, recognizing our permanent secretary, our director, our deputy permanent secretary, and our deputy director, who are, that's an awesome team, who are part of the dynamic team of the Ministry of Education. And I also bring regards on behalf of Minister Glenys Hanna Martin, who is the senior minister, who is the Minister of Education. As, of course, you know, I am the Minister of State, and my responsibilities would be in the technical and vocational education and training. So today's exhibition is an incredible display of the ingenuity of our students and the remarkable competencies of our teachers and administrators. This showcase is a part of the Career and Technical Education Month activities, which is observed annually from February 1st to February 28th. After a 4-year hiatus, the Career and Technical Education Stakeholder Symposium has returned under the theme Sustainable Development Through the Trades. Career and technical education is paramount and therefore designated as top priority by the government of the Bahamas. In fact, the inclusion of technical and vocational training in the ministry's name is intentional, as we seek not to only educate students, but to train them for careers that are currently in high demand locally and globally. The subjects that are taught in our schools must reflect the changing economy of the Bahamas and our global demands. Technical and business jobs are in high demand locally and globally, and in addition, our tourism, country's main industry, or our country's main industry, tourism. Therefore, we recognize how crucial our students who are enrolled in hospitality and tourism are in this area. This symposium culminates a month of activities in celebration of career and technical education. Its importance is the accomplishments of CTE programs and the competencies and abilities of students and teachers in career and technical education subjects. The Career and Technical Education section of the Ministry of Education and Vocational and Technical and Vocational Training is comprised of business studies, family and consumer sciences, the technical studies, all of which encompasses several subjects. This event has truly blossomed in recent years, from occupying a small portion of the Town Center Mall and the Marathon Mall to maximizing the space of the Kendall G.L. Isaacs Gymnasium, and now the Holy Trinity Activity Center where we are today. The CTE section of the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training is operated by a hard-working and dedicated team consisting of E.O. Gwendolyn Johnson for Senior Business Senior High. Where's our education officer, Ms. Johnson? Where is she? She's off island. All right, EO Aldika Colebrook for Business Junior High. Is she present? Just wave. In the back? All right, she's waving from all the way in the back. EO Raquel Turnquest with responsibility for family and consumer sciences. All in the back. And EO Raquel Scott for technical studies. Please give all of them a round of applause. The Department of Education, or the Ministry of Education, has a Deputy Permanent Secretary who you heard from earlier, who is very energetic and inspiring, Ms. Kishan Basian, who has oversight of the Ministry of Education's Careers and Technical Education, or CTE. Her background as former Assistant Director with responsibility brings a higher level of knowledge and expertise to the executive management of our ministry. This month, students from throughout the islands of the Bahamas, including those who are not present here today, have showcased their incredible talents and abilities in various CTE subjects. I commend all of our students and teachers who have participated on a job well done. Continue to excel in your studies. We are incredibly grateful for the 40 CTE-focused corporate partners and tertiary institutions that have taken time and interest in the development of our students' skills and abilities as they prepare for the job market. Thank you to each and every one of you, of our corporate partners and tertiary partners. Most notably, in 2020, our tertiary partner BTVI established certification programs for teachers in their technical disciplines. 162 teachers participated in nearly all of the teachers' successfully completed their technical programs. This certification have equipped technical subject coordinators with additional skills which will greatly improve knowledge and abilities of our students who are enrolled in technical subjects. Students, I encourage you to take full advantage as you have been told today. Take full advantage of the accessibility of these corporate and tertiary partners who are present here today. Networking opens many employment doors. Many of these corporate partners present here today will be your future employers or potential partners, or better yet, your inspiration to start your own competitive business in the technical field. I encourage you to take full advantage of this opportunity. It is my hope that this event and other CTE events outlined, it's my hope that this event and other CTE events continue to expand every year so that our students are exposed to more careers and skills required in the highly competitive global job market. Students, before I go, I encourage you again to dream big. Seek knowledge. Work hard toward your goals so that you can give yourself the best chance of becoming a highly skilled technical expert and successful contributor in our diverse and futuristic Bahama land. The sky is the limit, and you're already on your way there. Thank you so much. Enjoy this symposium.
Miss Altica Colebrook, Education Officer, Business Studies, Junior High School, will come with the vote of thanks. Let us welcome her.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up for our moderator for today. He's done an excellent job, and it's not easy to stand up in front of all these people and cameras and lights and all of this stuff. So you've done an excellent job, and I appreciate you, my junior high student. Y'all don't get mad now. That's my thanks. That's my thanks. All right. So I have been given the small task of thanking all of you beautiful people who are here. Sustainable development is the development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. I would like to thank, in her absence, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Zane Lightbourne for giving us such wonderful remarks and highlighting all of the CTE aspects and attributes for us today. Let's give him a round of applause. To our permanent secretary, who is always willing to come at any time, let's give her a round of applause. To our Acting Director of Education, Ms. Dominique McCartney Russell, let's give her a round of applause. And I'm going to just drop a nugget right here. So I'm a CTE baby. I am actually one of her babies. I'm a proud student of C.R. Walker, and I was a part of the Business Studies program, so I'm officially a CTE baby. To our Deputy Director, Ms. Sharon Poitier, who was excited about coming today. Let's give her a round of applause. To our district superintendents, principals, administrators, who have come from far and wide to attend this program today. To you, our CTE family, our teachers and students who have worked so hard to make sure that this day was a successful event. Let's give yourselves a round of applause. To the communications section. Listen, this is my extended family, and I just want to thank from the bottom of our hearts of CTE. Thank you so much for helping us display to the public what career and technical education is all about, what we are doing. I came to them with a vision from the career and technical section, and they followed through. They went to visit schools. They showed people exactly the different areas that encompass CTE. Let's give communications a round of applause. Thank you so much. C.I. Gibson High School Band. Let me hear some noise for C.I. Gibson. Music is at my heart. That's the next side of me, of being a creative as well. And so thank you so much to C.I. Gibson and to Mr. Bain for just rendering such beautiful selections within the national anthem and your own selection. To Holy Trinity, thank you for hosting us for today's event. And last but at least, no means least, to my immediate CTE section personnel, E.O. Scott, E.O. Turnquest, to our E.O. Gwendolyn Johnson, and to Deputy Permanent Secretary Keishan Bastian. Thank you for being such a hard-working team and ensuring that this day was very successful. Let's give them a round of applause. I now invite you all, as the band gives us a rendition, we're going to, I forgot, sorry. I'm going to ask Deputy Permanent Secretary Keishan Bastian to come with her remarks.
We have a special treat on today, so just before our executive team leaves, we want you to assist us. Now, I know protocol and I know how to be polite, but I also know how to make noise. So we're going to get to a noisy part of the ceremony in just a minute. But before we get to that, let me tell you, when I say noisy, this can be noisy. It can be loud. We can celebrate some CTE children. They tell me, go back to the podium. We can celebrate CTE children. Y'all, I can move in a minute, but I can stay here for now. We want to take a moment before we get real loud. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. That's all I know. Da, 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 da. Y'all ain't da, da. We want to recognize some excellence in CTE. The little boy say, don't do that, miss. Don't do that. I want to take a moment and recognize colleagues that make things happen behind the scene and they never ever say a word. And so right now I'm going to ask Ms. Scott. We want to invite our former senior education officer with responsibility for family and consumer sciences, Mrs. Sharon Ferguson. We told her just come be with us today, but we wanted to give her a little treat. So we're going to ask Minister Lightburn and our senior team to stand with her. Please pass it up so that they could present her with a small token of our love and appreciation for her. Let's get one of our young men to take that up, please. So Ms. Sharon Ferguson, you want them to come down? Okay, we need them. We need you to come down for the photos, please. Sorry, they said it's easier to get a better shot if you come down. So if you don't mind, team, if you would come down, please. And let's give Ms. Ferguson a round of applause as she comes. You want to do it here? Okay, so we're going to move out of the way. So she's going to come down and we're going to present her at this time. Go right in front of her. Ms. Ferguson served with us for many years, and let me tell you, if you say love, family, and consumer science, I can't tell you how much time she row at me, row for me, just to make, please come in, just to make sure family and consumer sciences got its due diligence. And so we thank God for her. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, Ms. Ferguson. We'll ask our senior team to remain. Don't go yet, Ms. Ferguson. Come, young man. Take that for her for me, please. Take that for Ms. Ferguson for me, please. Thank you. Now, I'm going to do something because they don't normally get it. I want you all to make some noise for the dynamic education officers of career and technical education. Come on, make some noise. Let's make some noise. Make some more noise. Let's get a little loud. Can I get some music from the band? Come on, I don't hear you. Let's lift this roof. Come on. Let's say business. Give them a round of applause. Come on. Big up business. Come on. Technical studies. Say hey. Family and consumer science. Let me hear. Only me one had breakfast. I want to call the three officers, please. In Miss Johnson's absence, she's on ministry business on the Family Island doing an assessment, so she's not with us today, but I want to call Miss Turnquest, Miss Scott, and Miss Aldika Colebrook. We're going to give them, they didn't know we were going to do it, but they worked so hard. They left almost 11 o'clock last night. So we're going to present to them. Come, Mr. Claridge, because you're in the front. I can put you to help me. Please pass me one of those baskets. Come, Miss Turnquest. Let's get a photo with you. The ones in the front. Let's give them a round of applause. Come on. Celebrate good times. Come on. Come on. Y'all can do a little better. All the old people know that one. Yes, only the old people know that.
A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your...
Come on, let's give Ms. Turnquest a round of applause. Come on, give her a round of applause. All right, let's give a round of applause for Ms. Colebrook. She just said thank you to everybody, so let's say thank you to her. Come on, give Ms. Turnquest, Ms. Colebrook a round of applause.
We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together.
And let's give our architect, engineer, technical studies making it happen. Come on, let's give Ms. Scott a round of applause. Come on, somebody make some noise for Ms. Scott.
It's a celebration.
Thank you so much. Come on, let's give them a round of applause. And Ms. Johnson's absence, thank you so much. You're going to have to come back, but if y'all want to sit for a minute or if you want to stay, that's fine. We're going to do some presentations. So now, here we go. So we had a most outstanding booth competition. What we did, let me explain what we did. Come, Ms. Ferguson, can get in the pictures. What we did, we had our corporate partners go around and we gave them a rubric and we said, look at the booths and tell us which booth you feel best represents the inclusive career and technical education, business, family and consumer science, and technical studies. Not only represents it, but does it creatively. So all of them went around this morning and they were judging the booths and they gave us the winners. Mr. Bain, we could get any music impromptu. I need something lively, let the children know, some kind of something. So I'm going to announce the winners. And when I announce the winners, listen, the results are final. Don't shoot the messenger. I didn't do the voting. The corporate partners have voted, and what they have said is final. And so, y'all get excited with me. Coming in third position, with 114 points. Y'all excited yet? The Valley Boys! In third position, all the way from up north, way down south, with 114 points, is the D.W. Davis Junior High School. Come on, give them a round of applause. Come on, let's get our D.W. Davis teachers and students. Come on, teachers. Come, teachers. Come, teachers. Go right. Yes, let's give them a round of applause. Now remember, the work was for inclusivity. We wanted to see everything displayed. We wanted to see diversity and creativity. Those are our junior high school students. Come on, let's give them a round of applause. They got third place in our overall booth presentation competition. ADE Baker, it's good to see you with us today. Thank you so much, Mr. Jagaru and team, and the entire D.W. Davis crew. Let's give them another round of applause. Hey! Coming in second place. They came from way in the east, and they were driving down south. Roots! 119 points. Y'all better look out, senior high school. These junior high schools coming for y'all. A 5-point differential. In second place, my old school, the government high school. Come on, let's give them a round of applause. When I was at government high school, I did carpentry. And it was at government high school that I built my own bedroom set in the carpentry department at government high school. Footstool, mirror, bed head, the whole works. Government high school. So let's give them a round of applause. Now, I'm told that our first place crew had some stuff. And they showed some stuff. But what the people really liked was that they didn't know we had some of this stuff in the high schools. And so I think that's what pushed this group over. But let me tell you, the point differences were only 5 and 6. And so senior high schools, y'all don't sleep on these junior high school children. Now, our independent schools, some of them don't have all of these technical areas, and that's why they couldn't have the 3. But in the public schools where they have the 3, that is why we're doing it, because we were looking at 3. So coming in first place, winners of a cruise wherever Disney goes. That woman said, what? She said, no, she didn't say that. I said that. That ain't got nothing to do with Disney. That was me. But if Disney will honor it, we'll take it. In first place, with 125 points, let's make some noise for the C.R. Walker Knights. Come on! Hey, hey, hey! Come on, let's give a round of applause. Come on, any students from C.R. Walker in the house? Let's go. Now, y'all fix it? Okay, good, we good? Come on, let's give a round of applause. Let's give a round of applause. And we say thank you to all of the schools. We only had 3 spots. And remember, it is all the students' work. We want to continue to encourage you to do well. God bless you. Please remain seated as we allow our platform guests to retrieve their items and walk the floor before they leave. So please remain seated and enjoy the music. Come on, let's give it up for the C.I. Gibson Band under the direction of Mr. Bain. Come on. Thank you so much.
today. What? Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again to CTE Month at this National School exhibit. I am here with Captain Raj of the LJM Maritime Academy, and he's going to tell us a little bit about this exhibit.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. It's indeed a privilege to be here at the CTE and giving us an opportunity to exhibit what we do here in the LJM Maritime Academy. Basically, the academy is situated in Arake, that is right there, a separate island, in fact, which has been connected by an overhead bridge. All right, so we start from there, and then the academy is offering at the moment 2 types of courses, which are basically diploma courses, 3 years each. One is for the navigation side or the deck side, we may say so, and the other one is for the marine engineering side. So it's 3-year course, and 2 years in the college and 1 year out at sea. So the cadets need to go out at sea and complete their sea time, after which when they come back, they will be issued with a diploma and they are eligible to appear for their officers' exam. We call it a Certificate of Competency Examinations, which BMA, Bahamas Maritime Authority, offer. And once they clear those exams, they'll be issued with a Certificate of Competency, which will make them eligible to be employed as officers at the junior level to begin with. And then they, once they sail and gain sea time, they keep appearing for their senior officers' exams, and they eventually become a captain of a ship or a chief engineer of a ship. So we provide the pathway in 2 different routes for them to go up and become a captain or a chief engineer of a merchant ship.
Okay. Thank you so much. And these are 2 of your, what we call them, cadets. Cadets. Would you introduce yourself for me, please?
My name is Kaylin Knowles.
And Janae Jones. So tell me, why your interest in maritime?
All right, well, it has always been a dream of mine to be in the maritime industry. So I decided to pursue my dream here when I found out about the LJM Maritime School. As you know, we have a lot of cruise ships that come into the Bahamas, but I also wanted to explore the merchant side of it. So like cargo ships, all tankers. So I decided that I would do the deck program at the school, and that's why I pursued this.
Well, it sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for taking this time to break down this wonderful exhibit for us. Back to you. We're going to actually turn this over to Adama Williams, who is on the other side, and she's going to be interviewing some of the exhibits over there.
Pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm here at the Anatole Rogers High School booth. It's lovely. And listen, I've had a pre-conversation with my interviewees already, so it's exciting to talk to her again. First, we have Miss Shania Roker, a 12th grade student here at Anatole Rogers High School. And she's going to tell us what is special about this display today, because she's playing a major role in this display today. So tell us, Shania, what are you displaying here today?
Today I am explaining my personal business. I started when I was in the 9th grade. I was only 15 years old. I started during the pandemic. I started because my hair journey wasn't as easy as I thought it would have been. To see the girls at my school with the slick hairdos and the edges looking all nice inspired me to start my own brand and to share my journey so that I could be a part of somebody else's story in a positive way, because hair isn't only just hair, it's also the way we feel and how we present ourselves to the world.
Wow, this is some good stuff. Now tell us a little bit more about your products.
My products are all natural. I grow the aloe vera that it is infused with at home by myself. It is still an at-home business that I balance while I'm in school, and I just strive for my products to be all natural and honest, and also balance a good, affordable price for everybody.
Okay, so let's show our viewers exactly what it is. This here, tell us exactly what this is.
This is the growth oil, which is infused.
Make sure
that is infused with aloe vera. It has some really great oils in it, like avocado oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil, and tamanu oil. Really good for blood flow and overall health of the scalp.
Wow. Listen, I know we're running out of time right now, but I wanted to go more in depth with more of the products, but it just goes to show the talent that we have wrapped up here in our country, and at such a young age she began. Okay, so next we have another beautiful young lady, Jadia Cooper, also a 12th grader at Anatole Rogers High School. Tell us about this display quickly.
Well, what we have displayed here is a model of a truss bridge built by the students of Anatole Rogers High School, the seniors. It is a truss bridge that has an interconnection of triangles that distribute stresses, such as its own weight and other loads on the bridge. And now we have here...
Before you move on, and I know that Anatole Rogers, you're the defending champions for the Build-A-Bridge, right? And this was one of those used.
Yes. Speaking of the Build-A-Bridge, we have been the only government school to have won consecutively and had an only girls team who won consecutively. Yeah. And then we now have our programmed robot built by 12A, the students. It has programmed using the Mindstorm NXT. I think it's Java they used. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Well, there you have it, folks. I mean, these students are innovative. They are, I'm going to call it just geniuses. So I'm now going to turn it over to my colleague, Jonalee McIntosh, at another booth.
All right, good. Hi, everyone. Hi, hello.
Yes, here we are at the Colina exhibit with
Keno McCartney
and
Sandra Smith.
Mr. McCartney is going to tell us about careers in technical education for Colina.
Well, thank you very much. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the land of Colina. We're so very delighted to be here at this careers fair for our students. And one of the things that's so very important, many people, when they think insurance, they only think one side, which is sales. But as we've been explaining to many of the students here, there are 13 different careers here at Colina, from IT to underwriters, to actuaries, to customer service, to receptionists. We have so many different careers, including nursing. We have a myriad of careers that persons could choose from just in this one career at Colina.
So how do students go about getting into a career at Colina?
The first thing I'm going to encourage them to do is complete their education. Don't come out of school. Make sure that you get your education. And then you could just apply at careers, careers@colina.com. And they could go ahead and see all the various careers and qualifications required in order to be a part of the Colina family. One of the things I've been advising our students as they seek careers is not just to go for a career based on the money. Go for something that you are passionate about, something that you would like to make the difference in the lives of people. When you do that, everything else will come together. Remember, as we heard earlier by Zane, is that dream big. There's no career at Colina or even in the Bahamas that you cannot do. Every career is open and think not only local, but think global.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that information. I had no idea that all of these careers existed with Colina. Would you please give us the website again, please?
Okay, the website is www.colina.com, and then you could go to careers@colina.com. I would like Sandra Smith. Why don't you tell them a little about your exciting plans in sales?
Well, I'm in the sales section of Colina. So, we sell life insurance, medical insurance, home insurances, all the insurance. We cover all the insurances that you would need. And the sales career at Colina is a really rewarding and exciting one to be in.
All right, students, you heard it. Don't leave here before you check out the Colina booth. I'm going to send it back to my colleague, Adama Williams. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you so much, Lisa. I am here with the Minister of State, the Honorable Zane Lightbourne, who's just gave a very inspirational, inspiring speech to our students who've chosen or who are considering the CTE area or the CTE fields. I'm also here with Keishan Bastian, our Deputy Permanent Secretary, and they're in front of a very special booth, the winners of today's booth competition, the C.R. Walker Knights. Woohoo! Give it up for them again. But before we talk to them, I'll just like to ask the minister, the state minister, what are well, we heard your thoughts in your remarks, but just comment more on exactly what is the significance of today's event.
Well, technical education and training is the driving force of our economy. We've discovered that, unfortunately, the hard way, especially with the deficiencies and having to import certain skill levels into the country. We have to fight against that. This is part of that fight. We want to make sure that our people have opportunity. So it's all about empowering Bahamians, our own people, not only to be trained in certain skills for their own lives, but for the sustainability of our country. And the display here is awesome. It's an awesome display of where career and technical education can take you. I have in my hand some body butter.
Show the audience.
This is a moisturizer, and they're not paying me for advertising, all right? So this is a body moisturizer for like your joints, like elbows and knees. And during this winter season, when we tend to get a little dry, there's another name for it, right? So, but it's an excellent display of creatives. And if we just give our people an opportunity and empower them with these necessary skills and certification, we know that we can do wonderful things in this country. And so it has a great economic potential. And we want students to be drawn towards it because of that pull factor and also because it's much needed.
Yes, indeed, and I've done my own personal observation so far. I've seen the creativity, I've seen the entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, it's just amazing here today. So, Ms. Bastian, tell us about this display here. Our winners.
We are excited about our winners because they, take your time, our winners represent a cross-section of what CTE is all about. We have entrepreneurship on display, and so while persons may not see it, we have products that can hit the market right away that can be sold that have immediate impact, immediate economic value. We have agriculture that was infused. The products that are in the front of us were actually grown at the school in the greenhouse. So they're making money and they're feeding themselves, sustainability through trades. Then we have fashion design, and we have the cosmetology that's represented in the hair pieces. But what I'm most excited about at the booth is that while we have a lot of pieces, booths that show or demonstrate a particular skill, we have an advanced skill that's represented in coding. Our students built the robots. They coded the robots to get them to move. And while people look at it and may not understand, this is what drives the engines in your car and all of the devices that we use in the technology. So it's an exciting time. So C.R. Walker is our first place winners. Minister has a sample of the product. They have a Junkanoo Spice something. So they didn't give him that, but they said when you get that, you get a Junkanoo Spice. I'm going to ask them to give Minister a Junkanoo Spice. Thank you so much.
All right, we had to wrap it up, but let me just hear one word from our winners.
We are so excited.
All right, excitement is in the air at C.R. Walker.
Excuse me.
Go on. Excuse me. Yeah. You ready? Join the lead? Okay, go.
We're here with Ms. Chavette Black, Subject Coordinator of Hospitality and Tourism Studies at CV Bethel. Ms. Black, tell us about this booth here today and what are students taught in the Hospitality and Tourism Studies at your school?
Sure, good morning. So this booth showcases the accommodations as well as the food and beverage service sector, a part of hospitality and tourism studies. So towards my left, to the very end, we have the towel animals. So persons coming in had an opportunity to learn how to make the swan, the snake, as well as the crab. Then we have the napkin folds, which is in conjunction with the table settings. And so, of course, they learned a few folds, the bird of paradise, the rose, and then persons also learned how to make the breakfast and and the lunch settings for the table settings. So within this area, you have an opportunity to learn about food preparation, food and beverage service, as well as accommodations, which encompasses front office as well as housekeeping. So typical careers that students look at would be the most popular is the chef. A lot of the female students love the pastry chef, as well as hotel managers, things of that nature. So those are the common careers. And then of course you have the uncommon careers, like one of my students wants to be a travel nurse as well as a pilot. So those are the different careers that you can find in the hospitality and tourism studies industry.
Awesome. Thank you for your participation today at CTE Symposium.
Hello, I'm here with Miss Bethel at Cybertech Career College, which was established in 1999. Miss Bethel, would you tell us about some of the programs offered at your school?
Cybertech Career College, we offer focused industry programs. We have an unrivaled portfolio of 10 associate's degree programs. We have programs in accounting, business administration, computer information systems, human resource management, hospitality management. We have early childhood education, and those are some of the programs that we offer at Cybertech. Now, one of the ideal things about Cybertech Career College is that our classes are virtual, okay? Students can elect to do classes in the comfort of their homes. They can go to work in the day and do classes in the evenings. We offer affordable education. We have various scholarships that are available to the students. We have basketball scholarship. We have music scholarship, leadership scholarship. We understand that these are challenging times, and we want our students to take advantage of these opportunities.
Thank you, Miss Bethel. Okay, everyone, come on down to the Cybertech Career College booth and check it out, and you might just get one of those scholarships. Thank you. I'm going to send it back to Adama Williams.
Thank you, Lisa. Once again, I'm here with Miss Jolly from the CV Bethel Senior High School. Tell us about your booth and the theme and what your expectations for today.
Well, our theme is from then to now, 50 years strong. We wanted to keep it with the country celebrating 50 years of independence. And so in this booth, there's 5 departments. You will see materials from students that represent through the years how our trades have maintained itself. Whether the technique or tools have changed, we are still going strong.
Wow, so be a little bit more specific. Like, what are you doing? I see some dummies here with hair and nails and curlers and clothes. Tell us a bit more.
Okay, so here we have the hospitality program that is going strong. They have a magnet program. You can see they learn how to make the animals, or the napkins and the towels. Then we have a little bit of technical studies. The manual drawing, now we don't draw manually, we use the AutoCAD software. You see a computerized drawing, and a little bit of electrical from the sustainable program that we have offered here. Of course, you see family consumer science with the clothing. These were done by students, the table runner with the mats. And then, of course, you could see with the hair from cosmetology, they would display all the styles that you have seen from years past to now, as well as methods of fixing the hair or styling the hair.
Just lovely, lovely. And listen, before we conclude this booth, I want to skip on over here. Can I do that? I want to skip on over here because I see some young ladies here fixing up some faces, and I need to know what this is all about. So I hear that soon, in a few minutes, we're going to have a fashion show displaying the artwork, the creativity of young persons applying makeup. Am I right? Where's my teacher?
Here I am.
Okay, so tell me exactly. I want to talk to one of your students as she's applying the makeup, but tell me exactly what are they doing?
They're actually creating a look for the models for the fashion show that's going to be a segment sometime today. And they've learned how to trim and arch eyebrows, fill them in, apply shadow, and contour faces. All right? So they're doing models where they would have a full face, or what you would call a beat face.
Okay, yeah, I hear that word a lot. My face is beat. So what's your name, darling?
Melody.
We didn't hear you.
Melody.
Wendy? Oh, Melody, you have to speak louder so I can hear you. So tell me exactly what are you doing on this model right here?
I try and do a natural makeup. Try and do a natural makeup.
Okay, she's doing natural makeup, and like I said, these young ladies they're from R.M. Bailey School, the models that is. They're from R.M. Bailey Senior High School, and they're going to be the models for this afternoon's talent show. And we have the talented students of CV Bethel Cosmetology Department doing their lovely faces. So there you have it. I'm gonna send it back to my colleague.
Thank you so much, Adama. Here we are at R.M. Bailey. Raise the roof. That's right. And I'm here with two wonderful young ladies who are going to speak with us about cosmetology. Tell me all about it.
Cosmetology is
That's okay. You're dealing with hair. You're dealing with nails. I see we have a really nice hair design here. Who did this? You did it together? Tell me about this hairstyle.
It's box braids.
Box braids. Okay. And how long does it take to do this type of a braid?
2 to 3 hours.
How much of this did you do? What, an hour?
Like 2 hours. I'll say 2 hours.
So you put in work. Okay. Well, I got to tell you, it looks really, really nice. Take a look at the back. I think that's a hairstyle a lot of us wouldn't mind rocking. And now we're going to speak to one of the male students at the school who is into electrical work. Okay, so tell us all about it. I'm going to see if I can tiptoe up.
Well, electrical installation is basically wiring like basically houses and anything that with the lighting, fans, AC. But this here is a circuit. One light from 2 locations. So it'll be like you walk in from one side of the room and you need to cut the light on, get to the next side all the way, turn the light off from that all the way.
A good shot of their faces. You got a good shot of their faces?
Yes, ma'am.
No way.
That's amazing. Did you put this board together yourself? Okay, so you and other students did this. This is wonderful. We have students already doing electrical work. I got to tell you, the big things going on at the R.M. Bailey School exhibit. I want you all to come over here and check it out. I'm going to throw this back to one of my colleagues. I got to look at some more of these hairstyles.
Okay, Lisa, so I'm here with Mr. Melvin Miller from the Government High School. They are the second place winners of today's booth competition. Now, I want Mr. Miller to tell us about the booth and what was displayed. Let me see what the second place is all about. Give us the theme first.
Good afternoon. The theme is skills for a lifetime. And at this Government High School booth, we displayed the 5 areas of our CTE program at the Government High School, where we focused on the carpentry and construction or the building trades area, where you could see where we have electrical installation being offered to the students, also graphical and all the aspects of the building trades. If you look, we could find vintage pieces made from coconut. These are utensils. I don't think they're really used for cooking, rather but decoration. And up front here, we have a pull-along toy, a saving box, and an accordion. May I? An accordion bread box made from cypress,
events like this,
and colored with gray from the students who are actually learning how to do finishing. And the most exciting thing is we decided with them students who you see we have right here, right, decided that we are going to be innovative, and we chose to use some tires that was on the way to the dump. They repurposed them, put legs on them, as well as they upholstered them, because this is a part of the curriculum. So here at the Government High School, we are doing great things. We also have our tourism and hospitality and tourism section, where they do table settings, right? And we have our family and consumer science, where they make clothing, and also they prepare children for the world of work in chef and catering as well. But last but not least, if you look across there, we have our cosmetology section, right, where our teachers and students are going on with great things. The teachers are very, very experienced, and I see from what is here that the students are learning.
Yes, and our time is gone, but we can see that Government High, well, they call it the Government High School, is where the magic happens. All right, sending it back to my colleague.
Okay, we are here with staff of Doris Johnson Senior High School. Ms. Capron, can you tell us what went into planning this very exciting booth that we see here today?
Well, a lot of thought and effort went into making sure that everything was ready for today's showcase. The students were well prepared because they did most of the work ahead of time. So we wanted to make sure that nothing was causing a conflict with them getting the hair done for today. And the setup, we came in early, got everything laid out, make sure everything was set up in time so that when you lovely students and guests pass by, you can see that our station was well prepared for you to have a look at what our students had to offer here at Doris. We have cosmetology and we have clothing and construction. I think we did a very good job today with our showcase.
Awesome. And we're here with Ms. Ferguson, who's the subject coordinator of the cosmetology department at Doris Johnson. Ms. Ferguson, can you tell us how important it is for students to be involved in events like this during CTE month?
Well, first of all, what I think is that it builds their self-confidence, because in our business, we deal a lot with the public. And so once a student has that confidence in themselves, that will propel them to that next level, to know that they're able and that they're capable of actually being an entrepreneur. And I think exposing students to, let's say, events such as this, that it gives the students an appreciation, but not only appreciation, but respect for the technical trade industry.
Awesome. And I'm here with Ms. Gibson, who's a clothing, construction, and craft teacher. Can you tell us what's on display here today and what are students usually taught in your classes?
Okay. We do with the fabric, we did the different decorative ways of designing fabric. So we have the tie-dye, we have the embroidery, and we have the printing, and we have the applique. So we just were showing, our team was integrating the coconut in food nutrition, and family and consumer science. So we have the coconut in the fabric, and we have the coconut tart on the board. So we was just trying to integrate coconut in every area of family and consumer science.
Sounds awesome. A lot of great things are going on at Doris Johnson Senior High School. Back to my colleagues.
Okay, Jonalie, so I'm here with one of our partners from Synergy Bahamas, Savitra Bo. They have a wonderful booth set up today, and Miss Bo is going to tell us about it.
Okay, hi. So at Synergy Bahamas, we're a technical training career center. We focus on information technologies as well as business management and culinary arts. So students for requirements, we just need them to finish school. Completion certificate or high school diploma, 2 forms of government ID, and then they can enroll in any of our courses. They're only 12 weeks long, and once you would have completed your class with us, not only would you get your completion certificate, but you can also move on to register to take your international exams.
Okay, how long have you been in existence?
Since 2006.
All right, and you've been getting a lot of responses from students who've been interested?
Yeah, so far so good. Everyone seems to be interested. You know, not everyone is academically as far as booked inclined, so our career college allows them to focus directly on what they want to pursue in their career and push them into that area.
Okay, so you partner with schools?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay, great. And this event today, let's just wrap it up by just talking generally about this event today. How important, you're one of our partners, how important do you think an event or events such as this are to the development of our young people?
Yes, education is definitely important. And I know we focus so much time and energy on the books and the grade itself, but it's more than that. Your education is forever. So learning and moving forward in the areas that they're passionate about is going to help them be more successful in this world. And something like this definitely shows that, because the talent is mind-blowing.
It is. Thank you so much, Ms. Bo. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adama. I am here at the ISBIT exhibition, and I'm going to speak briefly with Ms. Frendo and Mr. Farley. Tell me a little bit about the school.
We are the International School of Business, Entrepreneurship and Technology, and our core curriculum focuses on business management, entrepreneurial skills, and computer science.
Nice. So, what would make students interested in coming into your school? What type of technical career path can it send them on?
We would send them on a business focus mostly, so any students that are interested in creating their own businesses. We have students that do that from grade 8 and even younger. And we teach them all the skills required to even make the products if they choose to do so using some of the equipment that you'll see shortly. And we also give them the marketing skills, the web design to be able to market and promote their businesses.
That sounds wonderful. And speaking of those technical skills and devices, would you please tell us about this machine? It's a 3D printer.
Awesome. So this is a 3D printer, and currently a fidget spinner is being printed that was designed by one of our fourth grade students. And what we are, one of the big visions of the school is to promote the manufacturing scene here in the Bahamas. One of the very first aspects of manufacturing is prototyping, and 3D printers and laser cutters, they are part of what's called rapid prototyping, and they allow for making many iterations of an idea in a very short period of time, so you can get that perfect product. And what goes hand in hand with manufacturing is, of course, also automation. And when we teach programming at our schools, our curriculum is much more hands-on. Traditionally, you would find programming being taught using maybe characters on the screen, animated characters, or maybe even just text appearing on the screen. Well, our students, they are learning how to program using microcontrollers, and what they see is LEDs lighting, flashing, which was a big project for the school, and it's demonstrated here. It was our Christmas tree forest, and yeah.
All right. Speaking of the Christmas tree forest, did some of you guys have a hand in designing this?
Okay, she's still.
Yes. What's your name?
My name is Jabari Miller. I laser cut all the Christmas trees that were used. That's right.
How do you go about laying out that design?
First, we use an application on the computer to design the prototype, and then we use a USB cord to hook up to the laser cutter, and then we start the process.
Do you design as well?
The camera is coming.
Yes, Mom, but I wasn't a part of the Christmas tree project.
And what about yourself?
No, Mom.
Well, I got to tell you, they are designing and they're doing a wonderful job. This is one of the snowflakes, and I guess it goes with the Christmas tree set that you did recently. You know what, people? Come on over. You have to check out what ISBIT has to offer. This is nuanced stuff, people. Come and check it out. Thank you so much. Pleasure speaking with you. I'm going to throw this back to my colleague.
Thank you, Lisa. I am here with a lovely lady, Mrs. Kim Bodie, and she represents the Bahamas Institute of Financial Services, another one of our partners here in the career and technical education sector. She's going to tell us exactly what is presented here at the booth today and what are the offerings for students visiting the booth.
Yes, thank you. I am Mrs. Kim Bodie, and I am the Executive Director of the Bahamas Institute of Financial Services. And our role here in this event today is to expose students in the high schools and the junior high schools about the various programs that we offer to them. Now, the institute was established in 1973 by the first governor of the central bank, and our role is to provide education and training for the financial services sector. Now, our students, we have introduced in 2008 a program called the G12 program. And that program offers to them the opportunity to participate in a 7-week program. And they're taught 4 different subject areas: math, communication, financial institutions, and economics. We have also invited our member institution, member banks, to partner with us in this effort. And so our students, once they complete the program successfully, several of them are given the opportunity to obtain employment during the summer months as an internship. We have been, like I said, we started from 2008. We had a short break because of the pandemic, but we are about to begin the program again this summer. I must say that so far the program has been very, very successful. We have over 100 plus graduates, and those graduates, some of them are now working in the financial services industry. They would have graduated from school. They would have, some of them did their internships in some of our member organizations. They would have gone on and further some education at the tertiary level, 4-year tertiary levels, and they are operating in the sector. So that is the measure of the success of this program for young students. Now, we've not only partnered with the Ministry of Education in this particular career, but from time to time, we've been invited by the ministry to assist them with conducting seminars for their teachers. So we have been very, very helpful, supportive of education and training in our country. It's very, very important that we train the next generation and that we help them and assist them in identifying their giftings and their talents and where they would want to see their career path go.
Mrs. Bodie, you've said it all. And what is special about it, you're not just training children or students, you're training the trainers, you're training teachers as well. So hats off to you and continue, and I hope you have a lot of young persons visit your booth today. Thank you, and I'm gonna send it over to my colleague.
Yes, Adamo, we're here with Caleb and Adrian, both of D.W. Davis Junior High School, and they won 3rd place for their booth today. And I want you guys to tell me, just give me a little tour of everything that's here on your booth today. We're gonna start with this side.
So to start, we have the family and consumer science side that students have made. We have a romper, 2 lounge pants, and some cultural skirts, and a Bahamian shorts. And we also have a salvage table here that we got from the dump and sanded it down, fixed it up, and put a finish coat on it.
Okay, Caleb, can you tell us what's on this side?
And then on this side, we have a mirror. We also found this in the dump. And then we did the same thing with it as we did with the table. And then here we have a stand with many, many animals on display that we made. And then this side, most of the stuff are made out of plywood. And everyone, it was a group project. We all contributed to it. And we basically made all of these with the guidance of our instructor.
Nice, all of these things are nice. I see why you guys won 3rd place in today's CTE exhibition. Back to my colleague.
surround. Faithful as the morning sunrise, and as sacred as a love can be. That's how I will love you, darling, endlessly.
The ETS department at Doctor's Hospital. For anyone out there who always wanted to do work in the ambulance, you want to be a paramedic, we're going to hear about it right now. Tell us about this field of work.
So as you know, in emergency medical services, we treat all ranges of emergencies from hypertension, diabetes, road traffic accidents, gunshot wounds. We're really just there for our community in that time of need.
That's awesome. What about you? What do you have to say about this area? And do you recommend this field to our students today?
So basically, everything, like he said, we get it all. Go to trauma unit, maybe we do it all in the back here. This is our office. This is my field. I love what I do. If you're interested in saving a life, if you're interested in making a difference or being the person to in the pre-hospital care, always up to ask. Like I always tell people in this field, every second counts from the minute we're dispatched to the minute we get there to the minute we get them in the hospital bed.
Thank you so much. You heard it, everyone. Every second counts. So don't waste another second. Get outside, get in the back of the ambulance, and see if this is something that you would be interested in the technical field. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Lisa. Right now, I'm here with the LW Young. What's your mascot? The LW Young Golden Eagles. We have Mrs. Ginger Pickstock along with two lovely students, a young man and a young lady. And they're going to tell us about their display today. First of all, tell me your names.
My name is Stacey Ann Forbes.
And my name is Kendrick Rowe.
Okay, so we're going to start with Ms. Pickstock. Tell us about what is displayed here today.
Well, we have on display here items from Family Consumer Science, the Business Studies program, and also Technical Studies. And these are all of the products that the students have made or done from BJCs, or right now for our Business Studies Entrepreneurship department, they are making these coconut craft items. And then the Technical Studies, these are the items that these students have made.
Amazing. Okay, so who's going to go first? I want you to tell me what part do you play, what subject are you enrolled in specifically?
I enrolled in entrepreneurship. And
tell me a little bit about what you do, what you learn.
I learned all about business and how to make flyers and business cards.
Amazing. Did you do anything here today? Okay, so tell me a little bit about what CTE class you're enrolled in.
I'm enrolled in Family Consumer Science. I mostly do stitching and making clothes. And some clothes are made out of cotton and some clothes are made out of regular fabric. And you can find most fabric are in fabric stores. These were made from our former grade 9 students, which we do look up to a lot, and we thank them a lot. The designs are really regular and fancy at the same time. To have a fancy and regular designs at the same time, it feels good.
All right, so you sound like you're more in the clothing and construction. How do you think these skills are going to help you in the future? How are you going to use those?
Well, if you're a single mom by yourself and you don't have enough money to afford certain things, you can actually make your own children clothes from other materials like old clothes, old things, and it can actually turn out to be something beautiful. Or if your daughter going to prom and you can't buy her a gorgeous dress, you can actually make her dress yourself from old things around the house.
Wow, isn't she economical? Okay, final words, Ms. Pickstock.
I have nothing more to say other than what she said. We can make beautiful things out of old things. Look at these coconut items that were thrown away, but you can make beautiful lamps, jewelry, etc. from them. Technical drawing, technical studies can create some wonderful things. And Family Consumer Science, cooking, sewing, creating beautiful things out of things that we throw away. The CTE program is here to help everyone and to get their hands dirty and actually make a living in doing it.
Thank you so much. Go Eagles. Now I'm going to turn it over to Jonalee at the BTVI booth.
Yes, Adama, I'm here with Dr. Charlene Woods, who's here for the BTVI booth. She's also an instructor at BTVI. So, Ms. Woods, can you tell us what is the importance of BTVI being present at today's CTE exhibition?
The importance of BTVI being present here today is so that the students that are getting ready to now venture out in the public and trying to be able to be industry-led. BTVI is one of the leading partners in the trades area, I would say. And so we decided that it was only fitting for us to bring some of our students to showcase some of the things that we have to offer today. But CTI is definitely the place to be for us, so that we are able to give information as to coming in and being a part of BTVI in the trades area.
Thank you, Ms. Woods, for your participation in this CTE exhibition today.
That's it?
Okay.
Just wait for the camera. Sorry. Who's the camera person? Last. Give me your name again. Sorry.
Henry Adderley.
Henry Adderley.
Are you ready for Dama?
Okay, and so I am here with BTC, Mr. Henry Adderley, and he's going to tell us what their booth is all about and what they have as offerings here today.
Hi, so as she stated, my name is Henry Adderley. Sure. Yeah, I've been employed with BTC for 29 years. So I'm attached to the fiber optic network portion of BTC, and I do most splicing for our fiber internet. And what we have illustrated is some of our equipment we use. For example, this is our fusion set that we use to splice out in the field. And it simulates all the way down to the customer end where we have our modem, which is actually an ONT. And this ONT provides telephone, it provides internet and television for the customers.
Okay, so you have everything here displayed. When students come to this booth, what are they getting from it? Are you giving them tutorials? What exactly is happening?
Yeah, so for example, the students that was just here, I give them an illustration of how we splice the fiber, okay? How we made the connection, and also how the fiber is made up. For example, fiber is glass, right? And it's a big change from back in the 80s where we used to use copper to run transmission, fiber, television, and actually TV. So now we are fiber optic, and it's the more cost effective, right? It's lighter, and it can run all of the new technology for the gamers, for the persons who want more speed, more internet.
Okay, yeah, well, I see some little trinkets here. Are you giving out anything today?
Yes, we have some bags you guys can get.
Man, we want phones, man. And if we want phones, any devices?
No devices at this time, but I'll mention that because we'll be back here tomorrow. So I'll see what else we can get.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for always being willing to be one of our partners. And I think we are about to get started. We're going to throw it over to my colleague who's at another booth.
Thank you, Adama. I am back with Doctors Hospital, only we are at the Heart Saver CPR table, and we're going to get some information on that technical skill, and that's a big one because you can save a life with this skill. Give me some more information about it, please.
Sure. So welcome to Doctors Hospital Institute of Learning. Here we have a demonstration for you for Heart Saver CPR, where we teach you the basic skills on how to respond to someone who is unresponsive. So we'll do a quick demonstration for you at this time. So if you can just come over to here at our left, and Landy, I am putting you right here on camera. So we're going to do a quick demonstration of what we will do for someone who is unresponsive. Okay, so we have students here who would also just join us in our demonstration and who was here earlier. So we're going to walk through the first thing that you would do when you arrive on a scene and you meet someone who is unresponsive. And assisting him would be Alia Brown. So this is Landy LaRoda and Alia Brown who would assist at this time.
Okay, I'm excited. Let's get this demonstration going. Now, I want to come close. You're going to walk us through everything that they're doing? Yes? Okay, great. So tell me what is the technical term for these dummies?
So these are our mannequins that we're using. We'll be demonstrating on the adult mannequin at this time. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, you arrive on a park. So let's say you meet a 71-year-old man who is unresponsive on a park, and then we would ask persons who enroll into our course demonstrate what you would do next. So Landy LaRoda, he arrived on the park and he meets a 71-year-old guy unresponsive. So tell us the first thing, Landy, that you would do.
So the first thing I would do is I would check the scene to make sure it is safe. You want to make sure that the scene is safe because you don't want to cause any harm to yourself. If you are in danger, then you cannot help the person. So you make sure the scene is safe. After the scene is safe, you check the person for responsiveness. This is an adult male, so we would tap his shoulders and ask, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" If we don't see any response, then we would check for his breathing, and we would check his pulse. No breathing, no pulse, then we activate the emergency response and call for him.
And you're checking for the pulse in the neck? Okay.
We do it on whatever side we're on. We're checking the neck. That's the carotid pulse. All right. We will count for up to 10 seconds, no more than 10 seconds, no less than 5 seconds. That's to check for the pulse. So if we don't have any pulse, we don't have any breathing, we activate the emergency response and call for an AED, and then we immediately begin compressions.
Okay, let's see those compressions.
For the compressions, you want to make a fist. You want to put your aim for the person's sternum right in the middle, the breastbone. And you want to do 30 compressions and then 2 breaths, and you repeat that cycle, all right? When you do your compressions, you want to press hard and fast, okay? And you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. When you're given the compressions, you want to make sure your elbow is locked. That would help you with the form.
Okay, so you're doing the compressions. Do you get to a point where you're then blowing into the mouth?
Yes. So
after
you finish giving your 30 compressions, you then give 2 breaths using the pocket mask.
Okay.
So it's 30 compressions to 2 breaths.
30 compressions, 2 breaths. Got it.
So we use a form we call the EC clamp technique, and it's called that because how the fingers are fixed on the mask when you're doing the breaths. So you make sure put the mask over the person's nostril and around the bridge of their jaw. Use these fingers to form a C, and then the other 3 fingers to form the E. That's why it's called the EC clamp, and then you give your 2 breaths. So you deliver the breaths to the patient, and as you're giving it, you look for visible chest rise. That's how you know your breaths are effective. If you don't see the chest rise, then adjust. Make sure the mask is firmly against the person's face, and you give your 2 breaths.
I'll be looking to see if the chest rises for you. Go ahead. He did that properly, people. That chest rose, and it rose high. Okay.
So immediately after your 2 breaths, you get right back on the chest, and you do your compressions again. Okay. And you do the same 30, and you repeat that cycle until help arrives. Or your help may arrive at an AED, all right? And then you have to use this AED.
Defibrillator? Did I say that right?
Automatic external defibrillator.
Okay, automatic external defibrillator. Are you going to do this for us? All right, let's do it. Did you know this was happening?
Yes. So
Okay.
Landy will continue with CPR while Ali apply the AED.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so you will open up your AED. Once you open it up, you turn it on. That's the first thing you do. And then you listen to the prompts. The AED tells you exactly what to do. So it says to apply the pads to the patient's bare chest. They also have pictures to tell you exactly where to put them. All right?
Students, I am so glad that I came over to this exhibit. This is the Doctor's Hospital booth. This section is for...
This is for students who will be enrolling into our program. So this is Doctors Hospital Institute of Learning.
I want you all to come right on over and watch these people work. This could be you one day, boys and girls. You can be out there saving lives in the field. I want to thank everyone who stayed with us through these exhibitions, and we're going to turn it over to the stage. Thank you so much.
Well, it looks like I am the stage. And so I'm just going to go ahead and enjoy myself while you enjoy yourself. And I would like to say to all of you, welcome to this aspect of the CTE exhibition. And everything here is going to be fashion. Fashion, fashion, and more fashion. Hairstyles, the looks that are wearing our students from C.R. Walker, R.M. Bailey, the C.C. Sweeting Senior High School, and of course, Doris Johnson Senior High School. So here we go, Mr. DJ, just give us some music, and we have some special guests. We have some special guests. I am bigging up today the International School of Business and Entrepreneur Technology. Okay? So those are our guest models for the day. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. And our students from CC Sweeting have outdone themselves in casual wear. Tanishka Pierre is our first model in the 90s theme of clothing. Oh, here we go, girlfriend. Soft, sensual jeans with a t-shirt to match and the flat slippers. But she is definitely doing it and doing it well. Thank you very much, Tanishka. This is only a sneak preview of what is about to come. Ajaya is our next model. Ajaya is also a girl from the 90s look. Y'all check out the bob. Check out the jeans. Check out the midriff. Check out the jeans, the midriff, and everything. This way. Yeah. No, go. All right now. Turn around and let us see one last look. Turn around and let us see one last look. You got the camera on you. You should still be modeling. All right. LaShawn in the black jumpsuit. LaShawn is wearing the black jumpsuit, and she is our student with the purple hair. She knows she can't wear that after school, so definitely she's gonna take that off by this afternoon. And last but by no means least, in this, our casual outfit, LaShawn, come this way, this way. All right, come on, y'all. We are going with Deanna. This little quiet fire is certainly wearing the jeans. The look of the lady who knows where she is going. She knows where she is going. Turn around, Deanna. They want to see that bob haircut and make it look good. Next, we're going to go with We're going to go with Anaya St. Jack. We're going with the African look. These ladies are showing you how to do it and do it well. You've never seen a daishiki look so good than how it looks on Anaya. She is a proud princess of the motherland. Oh man. Jada is our next model in African wear. The look is soft, it's sensual. Jada knows how to do it and she does it well. Watch yourself, girl. I'm telling you, these girls know how to do it and they are definitely doing it in style. In our casual wear from Doris Johnson. In our casual from Doris Johnson, we have our model, Lucianne. Check it out. Check out the braid. Lucianne said she is definitely wearing a braided look. Her hairstylist is Garanique Knowles, grade 11, from Doris Johnson. Oh, watch it, y'all. Watch it, watch it. We're going up on top of the hill. We're going up on top of the hill. And so I am told that you can go right ahead and check out the girls from C.R. Walker. Miss Tanisha Pete. Oh, this girl is sexy. Business attire. The look of business. She knows what she's doing and she's doing it well. Her hair is all up. Her hair is all up and making sure that it does not get in the way of her business look. Our second model is Miss Ashley Wiley. Ashley is casual, casually dressed. Ashley is ready to go to fish fry and she's got that long pink look in the hair. Whoa, Lord, have his mercy. You think they could get any of that on my hair? I don't think so. Look out, y'all. But I'm ready for it. Beautiful, Ashley, beautiful. We're gonna stay on top of the hill and we're going with Michelle. Michelle, she wants you to know that her two models, she is definitely showing it off. She's doing her hair in the lace cap, her model in the French braid, and the look of the lady of distinction. Before we go and stay on top of the hill, we're gonna go back to CC Sweeney and we're going to go with Nakia Brennan in the soft, sensual look of casualness, casual evening. And check out that pink hair. Is pink the thing for this year? Oh man, it looks so. Woo. This is in vogue, and the look of hair, and more hair. We're gonna go to Miranda Gibson. All right. The look of the lady who knows what she wants to do and she's sophisticatedly showing it to you. Y'all need to relax, man. I mean, y'all just need to take a chill pill, relax, and just unwind. Y'all look good. I only wish I could wear that dress. You okay? All right, very good. Thank you very much, young man. Listen. We really want you to know that the ladies and the girls from the various high schools have done all the work on these young ladies as well as the mannequins. Before we go on to our evening wear, we because my girl is in the back. They're getting impatient because she thought I forget her. But I did not. She is the top of my evening wear. Just stay there. I have some guys who are here from this International School of Business and Entrepreneurship and Technology. Jonetta, am I saying the name right? As I call your name, get up. Jonetta, Devinta, Diane, and Asha. Those persons are here from the International School of Business, Entrepreneurship, and Technology. This is the uniform of the future, y'all. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! I mean, my boy already tell me, it's the look of the phone, it's the look of the coat suit, but y'all going so fast, y'all even ain't turn around. Yeah! It's the look of the skirt, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. They are our international models and our guests for the day. Woo! Thank you very much, y'all. Okay, we're moving right along. Valinska Pettyhome in black and silver. Valinska is our model. Oh, man. Black and silver. She is ready for evening. Boy, I tell you, some people in the back there saying they only wish they had that kind of shape again. I know, I know, I know. Yes, indeed. Now we're going to go with our number one model, Shantia Fowler from C.R. Walker. Slow down, baby. Slow down. Stop. This one is for your eyes only. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Oh, Lord. She's another. Oh, my goodness. She knows what she is doing, and she is doing it well. Ladies and gentlemen, did I miss anyone? Did I miss anyone? I need y'all to strike a pose when you come on the stage. And I need everyone to just stay on the stage. Let's go, Nakia. Tanishka Pierre.
Don't just stand there. Let's get
to
it. Strike a pose. There's nothing to it.
Hey. Here we go. Nakia. Tanishka. Ajaya. Miranda. Anaya. LaShawn, Jada, just stay on stage. All of our models. Dashia Pete, Chanel Fowler, Michelle Simone, and Ashley Wiley. That's C.R. Walker, CC Sweeting, and of course our model from Doris Johnson. Give them all a round of applause. Don't forget, don't forget our international guys. You guys from the school. You could come up and take a bow also. But I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, the cosmetology teachers, and stand along here for me. And the persons who are doing Cosmo, barbering, and all of that in the high school are allowing our students to just go ahead and be creative as possible. Thank you so much. I need to strike. All of you, come on this side, come on this side. Do an opening. Do an opening. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for this fashion show. And that's all, folks. R.M. Bailey, C.C. Sweeting, Doris Johnson, and the International School of Business, Entrepreneurship, and Technology. Give them all a rousing round of applause. Don't forget, strike or pose. Love you guys.